Hello everybody, this is Kyra with my Porch Prints tutorials. Today we are going back into our Christmas daily journal and we are going to be decorating the Something Red page. So go ahead and check out the first couple of videos we did if you haven't already. I will have a link to the playlist down below in the description box. And make sure that you grab all of the kits needed for today. They should be up on the screen right now, as well as listed down in the description box as well. Alright, to get started, we're going to go ahead and grab the hot chocolate bookmark that comes with the Christmas Daily kit. And just taking a bit of distress ink, we're going to go along the edges and give it a nice red-brown distress right along the edge of the bookmark. Alright, next we're going to grab some of those red Christmas journal words and again going in with the distress ink, just distressing those edges and then gluing them down to the bookmark along with a fussy cut bow and a button. And that should finish up our bookmark. Alright, setting that aside, we're going to go ahead and start on the page. And for that, I'm taking this envelope that I already used from my Letters to Santa video. And I'm just going to go ahead and reuse it by taping it down to the page and using it as sort of like a pocket. And then taking a scrap piece of paper with a wax seal on it, a red wax seal also from the Letters to Santa video, and a small postcard, as well as this envelope. And I made this envelope very similar to the same one we used in the Peppermint Pages video, so if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and check that out if you're curious how I made this. And then just tucking a postcard in there and adding it to the envelope pocket. Alright, moving it around a little bit to make room for this ribbon here. I'm going to be using this like red satiny ribbon. It's sort of a dark red color, and just cutting it to fit the page. I'm also going to be taking 3 little bells, and what I'm going to do is sew the bells onto the ribbon. I'm not like good at sewing per se, so I kind of just did what worked for me, but if you have a better method, feel free to use whatever you're comfortable with. But for mine, I just went ahead and took a little bit of that red string and just threading it through my needle. I'm going to go ahead and poke it through. I'm only doing 3 bells, so I'm poking it through the side of the ribbon and pulling it through so that one end is sort of protruding out of one side of the ribbon while the other protrudes out the back. And I'm just going to tie these together in a sort of loose knot so that it doesn't like wrinkle the ribbon or anything. And then just going to tie a few more knots to make sure that it's strong and will, stay secure. And then taking my scissors, I cut one of the strings off so there's only one left. And I'm going to go ahead and tie my bell to the end of it. Again, doing about triple knots to make sure that it stays nice and tight. And then cutting off the extra. And there you go. Little golden bell. And these are going to hang out the bottom of the journal just to give it a little bit, of texture and sound and interest. Make it nice and festive for the holidays. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and set that aside for now. And I'm going to continue decorating. So I'm taking this red fussy cut snowflake and a little bit of puff tape and just adding it right up here near the top. And now it's time for our creator spotlight. If you haven't checked this out already, make sure to join our Facebook group. And while you're there, you can share your pictures with us and tag them #myporchpics, and we will take them and show them in our videos. So make sure you're also watching our videos, because all of these projects are just so beautiful and wonderful and inspiring. So we really like to show off what our beautiful community has been creating. Alright, and it's on to our second page. I'm going to be taking this sort of like a picnic patterned red ribbon, and I'm going to be gluing it down into this sort of crease right here. But before we do that, I remembered that I wanted to add some of this red like glitter gel glue to the number for today, and it takes quite a long time to dry, so I'm going to do that now and set it aside while I glue this down and cut off the edges. And going to add this Christmas postcard. I believe this comes with the Christmas Traditions kit. And then also this little memories tag. And then I decided to go ahead and make a pocket out of some of the pretty papers that come from the Christmas Traditions kit. And you can use any pocket that comes with the kit if you don't want to make your own, but I just went ahead and did that here since I had this scrap lying around. Adding a little tape to the edges and sticking it down. And next I'm going to take this brown craft paper and a little scrap from one of our letters and postcards papers and cutting it to fit in the pocket. I'm just going to tear the sort of little script paper, and then using distress ink I'm going to distress those edges to kind of give them like an old almost burnt look. And then just going ahead and gluing that down like that and tucking it in the pocket. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and glue that ribbon down. I was basically waiting because I wasn't sure where I wanted to put it exactly, but I ended up going with the original spot, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue and secure that down, cutting off any edges that are sticking out. And then this is where I would put my number if I could, but it still needs to dry, so I'm going to set it aside for now and just add the bookmark. Alright, and that is the Something Red page done, so thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!